Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have an update video and it's a big one, so let's crack on with it. So we're going to be splitting this video into a couple of segments. So today we're going to be reading the PTS changes, all the new stuff that's coming, and there are a lot of new things coming. And tomorrow we're actually going to be hopping on the PTS. We're going to be doing the two new events. We're going to be checking out the new system, bounty hunting, as well as the various bits that surround it. We're also going to be checking out a pretty large change that is coming, but let's get into the PTS changes so you guys can understand a little bit of what I'm talking about. So there's going to be a new region, as stated here. A new region of the map is opening for those with enough grit to cross the Point Pleasant Bridge, which is obviously going to be everybody. You'll be traveling westward towards Burning Springs, taking place in rural Ohio. It's our largest map expansion to Fallout 76, and it's available for testing on the public test server right now. So we're going to be doing this tomorrow. I might even stream my journeys and then make a follow-up video afterwards, but like I said, we're going to be checking out all the things and doing all the things that are available on that PTS. Prepare to become one of the meanest bounty hunters around, as the Burning Springs update introduces bounty hunting to your Fallout 76 experience. A major new piece of content here to give you the opportunity to find and eliminate some of the area's largest threats. We're extremely excited to share that the Ghoul from the Fallout TV show on Amazon Prime will be joining us in the Burning Springs, voiced by Walton Goggins himself. The Ghoul will be your guide in all things bounty hunting. The main quest line for Burning Springs is just the start of your story in this new region. Planned as the beginning chapter for a story that spans multiple updates, this quest works as an introduction to characters that you'll end up spending more time with down the line. With a new quest line for you to complete, 2 new public events, the introduction of bounty hunting, plus a load of additional content including new fish and local legends to catch, Burning Springs is our largest update since the Wastelanders back in 2020. How to participate in the PTS. So this is obviously important if you're interested in doing it, which is just downloaded PTS. All players who own a copy of Fallout 76 on Steam can participate in our PTS. Basically just download the Fallout 76 public test server and boom, Bob's your uncle. Off you go, mate. New region to explore, the Burning Springs. Burning Springs, a region of southeastern Ohio, rocked not only by nuclear destruction of the bombs dropping, but also the environmental poisoning from the local Abrexidine chemical plant. The area is now a desolate and barren wasteland with poisonous water and a dust storm coating everything in a toxin known as rust. Who would ever want to call this land home? The Rust King is who would. A super mutant with just as much brains as brawn, the Rust King is the unrelenting and unforgiving ruler of Burning Springs. He has twisted the land into his cruel kingdom, where the only rule is might makes right. Players will cross paths with this monstrous monarch during the new questline. He will task the player with proving their worth and braving the wilds of his wasteland. While barren, Burning Springs still holds pockets of life. Highway Town serves as a pit stop for the last of humanity built on a section of elevated highway. Players will be able to rest and resupply here. Highway Town serves as the region's new social hub and a resort for survivors. Speaking of which, the Last Resort Saloon at the end of town also serves up bounty hunting contracts. Once you unlock the location, you will be able to fast travel directly to the saloon for maximum bounty hunt efficiency. Players can wander into Burning Springs by crossing the bridge in Point Pleasant. The questline can be started by turning into the Ohio distress signal once they've reached level 30. Bounty hunting. Now, this is a one that I am very excited for. Like I've been doing, I'm just going to be reading this. This explains it a lot better than I'm going to. And remember, if you want to read this for yourself, because you can't be bothered to hear my voice, I will leave a link to this in the description down below. So definitely go check this out for yourselves. Bounty hunting. Mosey down to the Last Resort Saloon in Highway Town if you're looking to put up your gun to work. The ghoul has set up shop there, providing piles of bounties to plunder. To start a grunt hunt, just pick one of the posters off the table. There's plenty to go round, so you can repeat this activity to your heart's content. Each time you start a grunt hunt, a random location in Burning Springs will be chosen, and a mutation will be applied to your target. Watch out though, because these mutations are contagious. Enemies near your target will also benefit from the effects of the mutation. Plan accordingly to take out your target without getting overwhelmed. Adjust your build to counteract their mutations, or just go for the classic stealth approach. If you're lucky, a grunt hunt target might drop a premium bounty poster. These will allow you to start a head hunt, an extra challenging bounty hunt in the form of a public event. Note, these are granted through the quest rewards and not found on the body itself. Just place your poster on the bounty board outside of the saloon and send the worldwide. All players on the servers will be alerted to show up to your aid when you do. Only one head hunt can be active at a time, though, so to be sure to join in any actives. Okay. Why this is actives ones? That makes no sense. I'm getting confused there. It's active ones before trying to start your own. There's dozens of unique headhunt targets across a handful of locations. Each has a unique loadout and pose protecting them. And foes, I'm guessing is what they're supposed to say. Protecting them? Maybe? I don't know. Some with pretty wild and weird skills too. If you've got an itchy trigger finger and caps to spare, the ghoul will be more than happy to part with the premium poster for the right price. Good, I have too many caps. Take all of them. Players will be able to track which headhunters they've completed from their challenges and earn a variety of unique rewards for doing so. Speaking of loot, bounty hunting is primed to be the premier path for legendary item hunters. Grunt hunt targets would initially appear as 1-star legendary enemies. As you complete more, they will eventually make their way towards 2-star and then 3-star. Headhunt targets will always appear as 3-star legendaries and are flanked by a pair of 2-star pose members. Pose members? But most importantly, headhunts have a chance to drop items with new 1, 2, and 3-star legendary effects. Some of these will offer special bonuses for ghoul or human players. New legendary mods. As mentioned above, you'll be able to earn items containing new and exclusive to bounty hunting legendary modifications. And this is some of them here. So we've got new 1-star mods. The first one being Feral, which is for melee weapons, and kills make you more feral. Now this is obviously pretty decent, but it's a 1-star legendary perk. So at the same time, there is a lot of good 1-star legendary perks that this perk is going to have to compete with. Next we have snipers for ranged weapons. Gain bonus damage to weak points while aiming down sights. I wonder what the bonus is going to be for this, because this, if it's significant, could be pretty good. Adrenaline for weapons, plus damage per kill while on a kill streak up to a certain percent. Then we have Adrenal for armor, which is plus damage resistance while on a kill streak up to a certain percent. We've also got Lucid for weapons, which is increased damage based on how full your feral sanity meter is. I wonder what the percent is going to be for that. Then we've got Lucid armor. Increased damage resistance based on how full your feral sanity meter is. After that, we have a plethora of 2-star legendary mods. We've got Pickpocketers, which is for melee weapons. This kills have a chance to award a small amount of caps. We've got Painkiller for armor. Gain HP regen based on your kill streak up to a certain HP per second. I wonder what that would be. I'm very interested. Rushing for armor is gain AP regen based on your kill streak up to a certain AP amount. I also wonder what that's going to be, because there's already one in the game. I believe it's a percent. I can't remember if it's 25 or a percent. I rock it on my unyielding set, so it's definitely going to be something to compare to. And it's interesting that they're actually adding another form of AP regen on armor. Next, we have Elementalist for armor. You get a X amount of all resistance up to a Y amount. I don't know what the numbers are going to be for that. We've got Fierce, which is armor only and not power armor. Fortify limb resistance while on a kill streak up to a certain percent. Interesting. Next, we have some 3-star mods. The first one being Glowing for weapon. Kills grant a small amount of rats. This will be handy for ghouls. We've got next one, which is Healthy, which is on armor. Max AP increase by X up to Y. We've got Reflex also for armor. X% evade up to Y. Very interesting that they've got an evade stat coming in on armor now. We've got Active, which is also for armor. Max AP is increased by X amount up to Y, which is very interesting. So you can get, I'm guessing you can get quite a bit of AP / regen with the 2 stars and 3 stars now. We need to test that out for sure. Next, we have Barbarian, which is a melee mod, and this is a strength per kill while on a kill streak, which is rather interesting. As with all PTS features, the names, values, and even mods themselves are not guaranteed to make it to release, so just bear that in mind. So here are the 2 new events coming up. The first one being Gearing Up. Have you ever wanted to help a Deathclaw prepare for its debut in an arena deathmatch? Now's your chance. The Rust King requires a new combatant. Your job is to head over to the junkyard and help the Beastmaster gather the scrap metal needed to armor up her latest tamed Deathclaw. Does that mean in the future I can tame a Deathclaw? That would be great. You know what I mean? Please. During this public event, you will fight alongside your Deathclaw in training against the Wasteland's wildest foes. Just be sure to keep the beast alive. It can't die a glorious death in the arena if it doesn't survive the junkyard first. Remember, you can heal friendly NPCs using the Medic Legendary mod. Don't have one? Well, luckily a new unique named weapon, the Stim Pike. I love that. The Stim Pike comes with this pre-installed. You'll have a chance to earn it alongside many other rewards by completing this event. So I'm going to be honest, medics isn't just the only thing you can use. You can use the one in Charisma that turns your flamethrowers into a healing flamethrower thing. That's what we use for caravans and stuff, and I highly recommend it as it does a significant amount of healing rather quickly. Next, we have Sinkhole Solutions. Fires rage beneath the surface of burning springs, and natural gas deposits occasionally breach the surface near the places where the ground has broken. Willow, a resident of Highway Town, needs your help culling rad scorpions and stingwings that have gathered around a highly volatile sinkhole. These creatures are causing issues for the residents of Highway Town, so you will need to head over to the aptly named Scorpion Lake to activate a stomper device to draw them out of their a stomper device. Okay, a little bit of Dune there, I'm guessing. To draw them out of their dens. Your objective will be to destroy their dens, all while dodging pillars of fire and navigating a blinding sandstorm. Also, stick around to the end to learn why red scorpions aren't an apex predator. Is that because of death claws? You know what I mean? Maybe. Who knows? Then we've got some additional content. We've got more fishing stuff here, side quest stuff here, which is going to breeze past that. But definitely go check the link in the description down below. I'll leave this article down there and you can read that for yourselves if you're interested. Closing Milepost 0. This is a rather big one and interesting one. The bandits roaming Skyline Valley looking for caravans to rob have proved themselves to be dastardly threats to the Blue Ridge Caravan Company, scaring poor Brahmin into going off track, leaving deliveries incomplete. Is this supposed to be the story of like literally what's happening with the bug where the Brahmins are running off track? I like how they've turned it into a story. For now, Milepost 0 will be closing shop and moving their wares to other vendors across Highway Town, awaiting a time in the future when things might be a bit safer for their operations. The rewards for Milepost 0 are now spread across the wasteland, most of them in the new Highway Town. So we've got the plans for the V63 laser carbine, Highway Town. That includes the mods. We've got Mac and Highway Town. Mac in Highway Town will sell the following items. So this is the rugs and the wine racks and other bits and pieces for your camp. Then we've got the snow globes, which are will be in a Milepost from Milepost vendors, will now be at Windy in Highway Town. We've got the Spooky Scorch, will reward the Lederhausen outfit and hat, Red Coat outfit, hat, and the Vault Girl, Vault Boy backpacks. And then we've got Holiday Scorch, will reward all the Skyline Valley specific snow globes. So if you want to get your snow globes and stuff, I guess you could go do that or just do the holiday stuff. Either or, Milepost 0 is going down. I'm guessing they just had way too many issues, too many bugs, and they just couldn't fix it. That's my guess. We'll see what they do with that in the future. It might be years down the line when they bring that back in Fallout 76 fashion. We'll see them in 8 years. New camp pet, the Radhog. So we're getting a new pet, and it's a hog. One of the new creatures you'll find in Burning Springs is the Radhog. They're tough and fiercely protective of their young. So if you get too close, expect to be attacked. What would happen if you brought one to your camp? You would probably have the most adorably disgusting pet this side of Ohio River. During the PTS period, we would love to get your feedback on the Radhog camp pet. The Radhog bed item can be found in the dweller section of the workshop. So in the PTS, we'll be checking that out as well. Personally, not the biggest fan of pets in my camp because they open all my doors and they block me in my door and lock me in my own home by just blocking my path. But maybe this one will be cool. We'll see. So the Radhog, it won't even be in the season. Okay, I don't agree with this. So the new Radhog camp pet won't be in as a season reward. It's an atomic shop thing. So take that how you will. We've got new seasonal weapon, the hand cannon. I'm actually very excited. Hopefully this is strong and not a pea shooter. Okay, we've got enough pea shooters, right? Spud cannons. We've got enough of those. A new weapon is entering the fray when Season 23 begins, but for this PTS, it will be available for testing once you craft it from the weapon workbench. The hand cannon can be turned into a rifle through its mods, firing 50 cal rounds, but can be swapped to 308. The hand cannon not only has an explosive effect, but a piercing effect too, really helping you send the message to anyone foolish enough to stand in their way. So if enemies somehow miraculously all stand in a line, you can blast a bunch of them, which might be satisfying, actually, thinking about it. Make sure you share lots of feedback when we test this out tomorrow. We will. Emote wheel. Whether you're hitting your favorite emote at the Wandering Travel Passion by the Hulking Power armor skin, or trying to convince a level 30 Vault Dweller to a level 30 Vault Dweller to pick up your loot you just dropped for them, emoting is core to the Appalachian way of living. I'm not gonna lie, I have done this before. In the Burning Springs update, we recognize emotes so that more emotes can be equipped at once. We're doing this by introducing 2 new categories, social and performance, removing the follow me and team up categories and placing most of their emotes into help and social, recognizing the emotes in the miscellaneous section so that more of them live in more appropriate categories like performance and taunt. With the work done here, you can now equip all your favorite emotes at once with little to no need to go into the atomic shop to swap them in and out. Well, that's pretty cool actually. I know my wife loves to spam emotes. Now, we've got a big change coming to the Gleaming Depths. This is a big one. Almost a year after its introduction, the Gleaming Depths, yada yada yada, everyone's having fun. We got 4-star legendaries. Right, the main thing here to take note of is to go along with the new weekly challenges. We are also, they're introducing weekly challenges and you get the 4-star legendary armors and weapons and so on and so forth. I mean, you got those anyway, so take that as you will. But this section here basically is stating that they are removing most of the rewards from the EN06. So all the EN06, the bot farms, the robot farms, the whatever farms you want to call it, the EN06 farm is being heavily nerfed, where they're removing the items from it. You'll be able to get XP, but the items from it, like the legendaries and all that stuff, you're going to be getting later in the raid. So this is to push people to actually do the raid and not just the first boss, which is what the raid has turned into. So I agree that this is a change that needs to happen. I'm also going to be farming the crap out of EN06 before this change happens, and I recommend you do the same. Next, we've got a combat thing here, and basically they're stating here that they want the dust to settle from all the carnage that they have created from all the rebalancing that they've done so far. But they've heard the feedback of players on the VATS changes, and they're working on revamping this stuff right now. It's just not in this cycle of the PTS, but stay tuned and we'll be checking that out on the PTS when it does come. I'll also be putting up an update video when that goes up. Next, we have daily ops, just some small thing. The freezing touch mutation now deals cryo damage, some gameplay stuff, legendary mod stuff. The stalker mod can now be attached to melee weapons. The miasma mod has been reworked to always deal poison damage to nearby targets, similar to the plague walker mutations. Pretty interesting stuff. There was actually a build I created with this and a certain power armor, but it didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to. But we'll see if things like this might actually help. Bird Bones now displays its full damage reduction in the Pip-Boy. We've got fixed a bug where herbivore and carnivore mutations could be acquired at the same time. Wow, that's a very interesting bug. If you currently have both mutations, they will be removed from your character. That is one hell of a bug. Description: removed the armor penetration and increased damage effects in decryption. Enemies are now higher level than you would normally encounter. Next, we've got perks. Bullet Shield removed rank 4 for Bullet Shield removed rank 4 4-leaf clover. I don't know what that means. Now grants the correct amount of crit meter for multiple projectile weapons. Fast Fighter now grants. I don't actually understand some of this stuff. Maybe when we get on the PTS, we'll actually go and have a peek and see if I remember. It'll be easier for me to see when we look at the cards themselves. Next, we've got power armor. Fix an issue that caused players to not be able to enter their power armor. Thank you. That was actually really annoying. Quest: reading the sacred tomes of the Mothman now correctly progresses the hidden quest. I didn't even know that was an issue. Weapons. Weapons will no longer experience a delay in firing after being reloaded when using effects that increase reload speed. The light machine gun full stock mod no longer adds the rifle tag to the weapon. Then we've got workbench. Fix missing armor names in the how to learn text and some other stuff. So that was pretty much it. I try to get through here as quickly as I possibly could. It's a huge update. A lot of things are coming, and some of the stuff that I'm most excited for, and I'm going to be honest, I am genuinely actually excited for this update. I just hope that my excitement is met with a decent update. I guess we'll find out, but the main thing is that they're adding more ways. Like, these events should have a lot of things to do, and it's not just, you know, AFK and wait for, you know, 2 people to complete the event or something like that. Like Radiation Rumble, everybody goes there, you know. Moonshine Jamboree, everybody goes to these events, right? And there's a reason everybody goes to these events. There's lots of stuff to kill, there's lots of things to do, and then you can see other events and there's no one there. There's reasons why, and people in Fallout 76 love to murder stuff. Okay, we're all psychopaths. Let's just be honest. We're all psychopaths. We all love to blow stuff up and shoot stuff. And that's the big thing about Fallout in general, right? So I think them adding things like bounty hunting, which is just more killing stuff, and these 2 new events, which they stated in the video, which I'll also leave a link to in the description down below. They stated that the 2 new events will also be a lot to do with killing stuff. So a lot of the things I personally like, testing out new builds, testing out weapons, testing out a combination of various different, you know, builds and weapons and so on and so forth. Having these tools, these events and things like that, and I don't have to sit around for 2 hours waiting for something to pop up that I need to test these things out, which is why I just go to West Tech, is going to be nice. It really is. So that's what I'm most excited for. Let me know in the description, not the description, the comment section down below what you guys are excited for, what you guys are not so excited for. But with that all out the way, cheers all for joining me. Thanks all for watching, and I'm going to catch you all tomorrow for the PTS video.